Does anyone else ever just like spend a ton of time on their hair and makeup and then throw on the most basic outfit ever? Because that is seriously the struggle of my life. Hey guys, so this video is going to be my May favorites, and I'm going to start this video off similarly to how I started my April favorites, and that is just by giving a huge thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel this month. My channel has grown so much throughout the month of May, and I'm just so insanely grateful for everyone who subscribed. So if you are a new subscriber, hello and welcome to my channel. Feel free to leave me a comment down below and introduce yourself, because I definitely want to get to know you guys. But we are going to jump into my favorites because I have quite a bit to talk about this month, and my favorites this month are pretty much all makeup. I have two that are like skin hair related, but I have like no random favorites this month. And it's kind of funny because my makeup has been so like basic and repetitive this entire month, aside from today because I wanted to mix it up a little bit. But pretty much my whole like makeup look this past month has been like bronze glowy skin, like a sheer wash of color on the eyes, pink lips, pink cheeks, and that's pretty much it. So a lot of my favorites do kind of fit into that kind of look. But I am going to start off by talking about the Bumble and Bumble Surf Infusion, because if you guys saw my VIB Rouge sale haul, I mentioned that I would update you guys on this in a favorites video, so that is what I'm doing now. And as you can probably see, or maybe not, yeah, there you go, I've used like a little bit over half of this product, so I think it's safe to say that I do really like it. I used it today, and I pretty much use it whenever I'm curling my hair, because my hair is so naturally straight, so it adds some natural texture and some body without totally drying out my hair like I find some surf sprays can. So yeah, I've really been loving this. I am going through it pretty fast, and it was pretty pricey, so that's kind of my only thing that I'm like, that's not the best, you know. But I love that this actually gives my like super stick straight hair some texture and some volume to work with, so that is awesome. And it smells incredible. Like honestly, if they sold this scent in a perfume, I would buy it in a heartbeat because it just smells insanely amazing. My next favorite for the month is kind of an old favorite that I have rediscovered, and it's kind of funny because I was obsessed with these last spring, and then once spring ended I kind of totally forgot about them, and then I rediscovered them again this spring. And I'm talking about the NYX Butter Glosses. These are just a few of the shades I have and the shades I've been wearing most frequently throughout the month. But honestly, these are the best glosses if you're like not a gloss person and you kind of want to get into gloss and like experiment more with glossy textures, because they are like buttery smooth. They're not sticky or thick at all. They're so comfortable on the lips, and I find them quite hydrating too. And they also have like a really sweet kind of like toffee scent. But this one here is probably the one I've been wearing most, and it is Vanilla Cream Pie, just a really pretty neutral pink. Then I also have Maple Blondie. This has been a favorite of mine for a while, and this is kind of a more coral pink. And then we have Strawberry Parfait, which is a brighter pink. So this goes with like my everyday pink lip. This is when I want something more warm, and this is when I do something a little bit brighter. So here are a couple quick swatches. That is Vanilla Cream Pie, Maple Blondie, and then Strawberry Parfait there. They're all in the same color family, definitely, because like I said, I've just been wearing like pink lips all month basically. But yeah, these are quite pigmented too. Like I find they're pigmented enough to be worn on their own. I typically do layer them, but if you want to wear them just plain on their own, then they work great for that too. Okay, so a few of these favorites I realized are actually from my VIB sale haul, but I guess that's good because it means I ended up liking things. And my next one is the Too Faced Little Black Book of Bronzers. This is just such a fun thing to have if you're like me and you're like a complete makeup hoarder and you just love trying everything, because it is a palette that Too Faced released with mini sizes of basically every bronzer in their collection. And I've just been having so much fun like mixing and matching the bronzers. I'm not going to talk about my favorite because I actually have a video coming up about my favorite bronzers for fair skin. But yeah, I've really been liking mixing and matching them. I've even been using them for eye looks sometimes. Like I'll use the more matte shades in my crease and then some of the more shimmery bronzers on my eye. And it's just been really fun for me to experiment with. And Too Faced is obviously really well known for their bronzers, so obviously they're incredible quality. Next, I have another favorite that I actually mentioned in last month's favorites video, but it's so good that I need to mention it again because I've once again been using it completely like almost every day throughout the entire month. And that is my Flower Beauty Cream Shadow in Wild Geranium. I'm not going to talk about this for too long, but it is just the most gorgeous rose gold cream shadow. It has kind of like a nice moussey fluffy texture, and it is just stunning. It's definitely going to be one of my favorites throughout the entire summer, I already know. And I thought I'd just mention it again because I know a lot of you guys are new to my channel, and if you saw last month's video and you haven't picked it up, this is your sign to go get it now. Some more eye products that I've been loving. This one is the Shan XO and Colourpop Foursome shadow that I also hauled this month, and I love all the shadows in it, and it's what I used for my eye look today, but the one that has really stood out to me is this shade, which is called Deluxe, and it is just this super rich warm tone bronze that has a ton of gold shimmer in it. That's primarily what I have all over my lid today, if you guys were wondering. Also, let me know if you want a tutorial on this look. I use pretty much all Colourpop, so if you want a very Colourpop centered tutorial, let me know. Yeah, it is just gorgeous. I'm gonna swatch it for you guys here too. So there it is there. So yeah, just really gorgeous red toned bronze kind of shadow. And to go along with that, I received this brush in my Ipsy this month, and it is from Luxie. Yeah, it's Luxie, and it's their 205 tapered blending brush. And I have discovered that this is incredible for blending out the edges of the Colourpop shadows, because they can be a little bit tricky to blend, because they are more of like a cream product. And since this brush is synthetic, and I'm sorry it's so dirty, I just used it today, since it's synthetic, it works really, really well to blend out cream products. So it also works really well for the matte Colourpop shades that I use in my crease, and it just kind of like softens that edge in between like my lid color and my crease shades as well, which I have found kind of hard to do with other brushes when I'm using the Colourpop shadows. So yeah, this ended up being very lovely. Yeah, I cannot recommend this enough if you're just looking for like a really solid everyday pink. And then my last few makeup favorites are highlighters. Like I said, glowy skin has been like my jam this month. And my first highlight is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Moonstone. This is the liquid version, and I just realized while reading this, it says SPF 25 in it, which I never realized, which is pretty cool. Yeah, this is a liquid highlight. I swatched it here. It is just a very pale champagne gold, so really good for fair skin. And I use this when I want like a really intense dewy highlight. I apply it with my beauty blender just all over the high points, mostly on my cheekbones, I guess, not all over the high points of my face, because it can get kind of intense that way since I do have oily skin. I apply this with a beauty blender, and it just gives the most intense, beautiful glow. It's amazing for summer, and they do have other shades, of course, like the super popular Opal, so if you don't want something so light, there's other options for you. Another highlight favorite, this one is like a cult classic, like everybody talks about it on YouTube, and I had never tried it. I'd never really tried anything from this brand before, and it is the Balm Mary Luminizer. Let me just tell you guys, there is a reason why so many people talk about this on YouTube, and it is because it's just simply stunning. Like there it is there, that was the Becca, and then there is Mary Luminizer. They're quite similar in tone, both intense kind of champagne highlights. I'd say this one would be a little bit more universally flattering though, because it's not as pale as the Becca Moonstone. And it's just beautiful. The texture of it is incredible, and it's just a highlighter that's truly going to look stunning on everyone. From very fair skin to deeper complexions as well, it's just going to flatter everyone. So definitely, I think, something that everybody needs in their makeup collection. And my final highlight favorite and makeup favorite for this video is surprisingly the Colourpop highlighter in Wisp. When I hauled this, I talked about how it was kind of a gamble for me, because looking at it in the pan, it looks quite dark. Like it looks like it's too dark to be like a highlighter for my skin tone. But this was surprisingly my favorite one out of the three that I chose. It's so pretty. I have it on today. I don't know how well it's going to show up on camera because it's kind of gloomy out, but it is what I have on my cheeks today as my highlight, and it's just so pretty. I have it swatched here as well. So if you have fair to light skin, don't be afraid of this by how dark it looks in the pan, because it is a highlighter. When you apply it, it's just light reflecting and glowy on the skin. It doesn't actually show up that dark unless you're like loading it on. The texture of these are really nice as well, and I found my favorite way to apply these is just with my finger. I just kind of rub a couple fingers in there and then just tap it along my cheekbones, and it gives a really beautiful application. So yeah, that was Wisp. And my final favorite, it's kind of random. It is beauty related at the same time, but it is actually Aquaphor, and I had never tried this before. I know it's supposed to be really good for like dry, cracked hands though, which I always have. And so I decided to pick it up because I didn't know it was like a thick, like balmy texture. I thought it was just like a really thick cream. So I bought it as a hand cream for my purse. If you've tried this, you know it's not that great for in the daytime. So what I've ended up doing is I've actually started using it on my lips. And I kid you not, you guys, my lips have never been softer or smoother. It's honestly so weird. You just take like a tiny little dab and put it on your lips, and my lips have just been smooth and plump and hydrated, and lip products go on like perfectly when I'm using this. I have since found out that they have like an actual lip balm from Aquaphor, and I'm thinking I should try that one because the ingredients in this are kind of crappy. Like the first two ingredients are petrolatum and mineral oil, and mineral oil can clog your pores, so I'm kind of worried about breaking out on my like lip line. Yeah, that was just kind of a random thing that I just decided to use it on my lips, and I was like blown away by the results, and it wasn't something that I was expecting at all, so really interesting, and I thought I'd share that with you guys. So that actually wraps up my favorites for the month of May. Like I said, just lots of makeup fitting into that glowy pink lip kind of look that I've been rocking all month long. As always, don't forget to share a couple of your monthly favorites down below, and also don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as well, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys!